Yuk.
Kamu klik lah anunya dah di
Apa?
cek tes satu tes.
Sok, masuk.
Nah di
Cek. Apa?
enak tapi mbah anu hilang itu nas kok voice gate-nya nih nama. Ayo lo Cok, hilang pulang gak suara, Cok?
Ada nyaring.
Di bar streaming ini nah bisa hilang apa ya? Nah. Cek. Tes.
Bagus.
Udah bisa hilang, coy. Masa harus nyaring bener lah.
Apa? Apa kunci ya, Kam? Kayak itu loh, streamer aja.
Suara Ika masuk mau. Alah.
Apa?
Berarti pakai anu ojek ya Nana. Kayak apa tuh? Adang loh. Cek 1 2, benyaring lah, Cok.
Nyaring.
Benyaring berarti deh. Oh, berarti filter.
Cuman tak anu pang ya suara ta dua. Anu tadi ada suara lapisan, suara jam tangan tatunya tuh.
Modal di mana?
Di mic kok.
Itu di streaming kah di Discord?
Di Discordnya streaming kan belum mulai nih.
Mulai dah, aku jam buka ada di HP.
Belum, masih gambar wallpapernya nih.
Oh iya, masih gambar wallpaper, cuma maksudnya
Suara ikan sip aja. Suara aku ginta model kelihatan dulu kayaknya di anu nih di.
Nah, ya lo baru pagat.
Di streamingnya nih pinanya nih.
Oh, Ikam tuh ada bling lawan suara. Oh, di Discord.
Kalau ada modenya. Ini bah kita bersuara tuh ada pulang kedengar suara yang kita bilang tadi.
Ya, karena itu suara di anu Ikam. YouTube Ikam. Para di Discord terdahulu kan streaming lebih delay dari Discord. Apa?
Itu pang. Notif kenapa? Ada notifnya udah kok ada tadi.
Ada lain, notif di layar.
Oh, notif layar hitam.
Hanya subscribe. Lah.
Hilang horekam, rekam hilang kah?
Hah? Itu ada pander, Pak.
Horekam.
Sudah lah, ikam tes lah.
Apanya?
Anu tadi, jako tadi. Unsubscribe, hanya subscribe. Baca.
Justice.
Dia
All
apa ya?
these years after he won those 11 titles as a player, the last two as a team's player coach, by the way, I think the most important thing to understand about Bill
Subreknya dia
Russell
apa ya?
isn't just how hard he fought, but simply how he fought. He wrote books, articles, magazines, he educated himself and others about why the struggle was worth it, and what was the best way to fight it, bringing so many others into the effort too. Maybe more than anything else, education was huge for Bill, and symbolic too. His father's schoolhouse was burned down by racists, and his daughter graduated from Harvard Law School. To this day, well into his 80s, Bill's still using his voice to teach and support our generation, and we're grateful for that. He's the model we should all aspire to emulate. He's the inspiration we still need.
Subscribe-nya diconteng kalau sudah tuh berhentikan subscribe-nya kalau
Diunsub kah?
Iya diunsub hanya subscribe
belum mana ada
mengetahui notif
ada lah
sudah lah
sudah kok subscribe bahasa.
And it's going to be the Magic off the tip. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball
pulang
and
tuh.
help in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who
Tapandiri yang sudah dipandiri tadi.
Excellent pass,
15 detik delaynya ampun kok.
Here's Fultz. His numbers are looking pretty
Ada
good.
1-4-4 aja. Hah?
never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it
This one.
produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more.
Emang eta gamenya ini dia bergamat apa?
defense is going to allow you to do it.
Ya, suara gamenya
Have to
gamat, kan?
switch on that play.
And he's not gonna miss that.
Ada juga kada dasarnya dia aku ke mati tadi.
Pass to Isaac. Now,
Pas,
here's
pas,
Fultz.
pas,
Tight
singron,
defense
singron.
on him. Harris passes to Isaac.
Kontak mic ya.
That three off the mark.
Nah suaranya sinkron ya.
It's stolen by Fultz.
Mic aja lagi ya lah.
First quarter, about a minute and a half. in.
3 angka.
Jauhnya dah.
Pass to Ross. And block the ball with his palm. What a defensive
Make
play.
it up supaya nyaring.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard
Kenapa
gets
neto
up
kada ditembak 3 angka
slam it
wara.
down.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And then Carter with the jam.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. Fires from deep. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Lights out here, right out of the gate
Ngapa sepatunya putih keduanya itu?
from the floor.
Magic have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
Koma 1-4-4 aja gin anu cuy.
Fultz
Atau foto kuning lawan
passes it to Ross.
pink. Atau warnanya pink.
Plenty of space. He gets it in there.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you. And Terrence Ross, the wing from Washington, signed a 4-year deal with the Magic in 2019. The team loves what he brings as a 3-and-D type of player.
Nah, hirang.
George looking around. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard the pass to Schofield. And yes, it's good. Schofield's got 10 points.
Kawhi has
Lihat
all
nih,
the
kualitas
physical
tinggi
gifts,
kada tahan dulu.
and the
Anunya,
one thing I love,
jaringan
he
HP ku yang kada
really
tahan.
can pass.
Tambahnya ini kita dinilai berapa detik.
He's also a great finisher at the rim.
You know, he seemed lost early in his career with Toronto, but he has found a home with Orlando and is playing his best basketball, knows what's expected of him, and how he can help contribute to wins. Hey, dunks aren't always for the
Jauh
big
nah
fellas.
delay suara
Serious
Discord.
power move from the point.
Forget just landed in. He wanted to make a statement.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge's
berapa
focus, Steve
detik?
Clifford. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I
Lah,
asked
ini bang,
him
bagus
which
lah
part of
suaranya lah.
their offensive scheme they feel confident in, and
Bagus
he said,
suaranya.
no surprise, outside shooting. He told me our guys can flat out kill it from deep, so we're going to try to get that
Aku
dialed up
bingung
early on.
di UBS itu nah, tapi kalau gamat dan cek. Nah, gamat tuh parah.
We will see.
Ada
Kevin.
besar
Back
kalau
to you.
lah.
Thank you, David. You know, hard to create spacing without the threes. A floater, Carter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nah, paling sakit tuh.
Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
This is what Carter's built to do. Attack on the interior and impose his will.
It's his first trip to the line. A different look for the Clippers.
Ulang mana?
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Ibaka.
Oke, Fras.
Luke Kennard comes
Huh?
in for Leonard.
Menurut
And it's
Fras.
Patrick Beverly in for Paul
Saya
George.
seras jar, ini
Orlando.
hibah-hibakan masih. Ada nih. Oh,
Also making some changes.
ini loh malam ini
He's checked
tebet
in
lu
for
itu
Jonathan
keren.
Isaac. And it's Ennis in
Ya
for
seras
Fultz.
masa itu.
With Wendell Carter Jr., you love the do-it-all ability, the understanding of the
Ay,
game.
kamu nomor di streaming
And there
tuh.
it is for him.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Carter outside.
Kayak apa bang? Kenapa nang kulihat? Tiga kayaknya layar 2.
He kicks to Bamba.
Parahnya.
Ya itu maksudku itu nang mulai tadi nang karena bahas kalau ditentang bapak lah berdiam. Karena ada suara nang itu tadi pulang ulang lalu pesawat itu sambil.
They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
The defense has to feel real embarrassed right now. They totally got schooled on that highlight reel play.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Ada filternya jadi nyaring sedikit nah, tapi kan lu
Bamba kicks to Anthony. Cousins
bilangnya
pulls it
sangkut
in.
nyatrom.
Clippers leading by 4. And
Boom.
he jams it with authority.
And don't kid yourself about Cousins. He has the ability to see the whole floor, and he's
Jadi
willing
kamu
to
keluarkan
share the
aja pada
wealth.
streaming tuh Discord aja yang suka.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
So,
Beyond the leaning, you
Hey.
can see his feet more set
jadi Scott
on
aja,
that
bukan.
screen. Easy call.
So
Nah, mau
difficult to stay
di-stop aja kan
planted,
bagus ya.
especially with all the motion around you. Annoying.
Yang nyala, nah ini kada terlapis tuh di setiap tadi juga, malah terlapis.
udah aku padahin
Greg,
kayak
we know
itu,
there's some power
goblok.
finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he
Kayak apa
complains a
suaranya
lot
terlapis-lapis
that
kayak
he
itu
needs to
tuh
sell
tuh.
contact rather than muscle through it.
Karena
How do you
double ikan
evaluate
buka
those
jadi
kind of
selapis.
power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category, and a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
We've got Mr. Perfect. Pocket Ibaka is out there with Morris. Then it's
Ano
Paul
ito?
George.
Kada ba
And
paket?
it's Leonard in the free spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Kada
You
ba
know what,
paket?
though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've
Okay.
maintained their focus.
Anthony with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Anthony's shot is off.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
It's stolen by Harris. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Got a piece of it.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Ross finds Isaac. Stolen. Here's Leonard. And it goes down 2 points. Leonard's got 11.
One thing about Kawhi, when he's driving, he eats up real estate fast with those long strides.
Di streaming nga yun, tabagi ko ito tadi.
Stream niya ba nung hilang?
Off the run. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejections.
This was their game plan going in. Make shooters uncomfortable by challenging every possible shot.
He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Mr. Perfect in the last outing against the Cavaliers was phenomenal. He had 35 points, and he was in a groove all game long, from both the free throw line and behind the arc. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks.
Kada
Leaders
sa
in the
amin
city break.
kapon.
How much of that
Kaya nga naman.
performance carries
Kaya
over
jurong
to
kang
tonight?
kada jurang kajauhan.
Scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide
Kajurong kah dyan ya.
for the win.
Well, that's what it means
Hindi
to
lang
be
kajauhan.
unselfish, putting the team's interests first.
Mahari yan.
As you say, he just wants to come away with the W.
Inside, got a piece of it. Harris kicks to Fultz. Isaac outside. Pass to Okiki. Lock at 6. Harris outside.
Tawat ko floor ko, ada dua bising.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, the reason why they made the adjustments they needed to make. They are executing.
Ada ko lang sa floor.
Here's Fultz. And Carter now, top of the key. And that one
Bilang
goes
ka na,
off.
bawa ka na.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs
No.
to step
Ingat.
up and make a
Ingat.
play to turn this thing around.
Up top, Fultz. He's coming off a 34-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Right there, Carter using his instincts and motor to track down the miss and convert into second chance points.
Schofield passes to George. Fultz brings the double team. And the wide open shot from Morris. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Out to Harris. Top of the key. Misses off the right eye.
You're not going to see that very often.
Kada
Space,
sawat
but
naman.
he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after.
Ojo ko na streaming na.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next
Wow,
two
I'm
quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mr. Perfect.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
What can you say? Shooting is a premium in this league, and you can see why.
Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Colts is out there with Harris. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. Then it's Wendell Carter, and it's Ross in at the 3. Now the pass to Ross. Now here is Harris. Back to Ross. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Ross
Apa,
didn't
guys?
seem bothered
Berpr,
at all
kan?
by the contact there. Nice finish.
First trip to the free throw line
Ya
for him
gak
tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over
Tembak mau
90%?
Discordnya
Frank,
hilang.
you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your
Tuh,
thoughts
udah
on
apa
how
coba udah
closely the
Discord lang
game
buahnya
is
ada
called
tembak
now, as opposed to
hilang
when you
Discordnya.
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some
Oh,
people
same thing.
like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see
Kada anu juga
so
kenapa
much
kada
switching. It's
nang main
hard
kada
to
ada
fight
Discord
through
juga.
screens without
Iya
fouling,
kenapa baru
and
gitu.
ball handlers have
Oh,
become
so Arno
experts
chat
at
in game
drawing
ada aja, voice chat
contact,
in game.
even if it's, you know,
Ya
incidental.
itu.
And I think that's just an area where the game
Ah,
has
pues,
changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Isaac trying to break free. No good with the layup. Los Angeles has got 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 and 9 overall.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
And then Carter with the dunk.
An explosive big man, Wendell Carter Jr., exciting around the rim.
Here's Schofield, guarded by Fultz. Morris, no.
Asik kah. Kirap dia. Tapi apa pina ayo apa nganunya apa hurufnya?
Kayaknya
Good. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for the Magic.
Tapi
cat kan.
Harris, right side. Here's Fultz. Excellent
Tapi
defense there
bisa
from Mr.
karena
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
luar
How many times have we seen a possession
Tes lagi
take
ada
that from
beberapa.
them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Rasanya suara di tokonya. Ini. Oh, balom apa ya? Turun pulang. Oh, bekas di HP lo semalam. Tes bang, Cak, tes bang.
apa nanti tes?
Tes. Para diskotikam tes.
Bagus.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Kaler.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s,
Cek.
KD coming off the
Nah.
Achilles.
Tuh.
Your money is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question.
Mana
I know one player the Greek freak
ini?
might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game.
Cek satu. Cek dua.
So,
Cek satu.
masuk.
Penampaknya
That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Paul George. Orlando also making some changes. Bamba comes in for Carter. And it's James Ennison for Gary Harris. Here's Fultz. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. So, for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. And it's Jackson in
Bang,
for
jelas
Mr.
suara pelan.
jelas ya. Mana aja?
Groups of substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. George is checked in for Jackson. And it's Mr. Perfect in for Patrick Beverly. The Magic also changing it up. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Mohamed Bamba. Isaac comes in for Ennis. And Harris subbed in for Anthony.
Sudah ditolong.
Harris looking it over. On the wing, Isaac. From 12 feet out. No good. And the Clippers will come the other way.
Tapi kadangan.
Leonard, the bounce pass. Here's Schofield, guarded by Harris. Isaac with the steal.
Yang
5
mentipang
seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Harris kicks to Isaac. Back to Harris. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the rejection by Cousins.
He is so reliable. DeMarcus making it play and making it look easy.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Here's Fultz. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back to the action after this word. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Then it's Mr. Perfect. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line.
First free throw is good. Last year, LeBron, as we know, Steve, broke Garrett Fisher's record for most postseason wins. Talk about the weight of that.
You know, Kevin, let's take those 2 players. Start off with Derek Fisher. Give him a lot of credit. As a role player, he was on some great teams and contributed. Unbelievable to have that record. And then on the flip side, LeBron James was on some great teams, and he was the reason they were great teams because he's one of the greatest players of all time. 2 different type of players, but both are very impressive.
Schofield passes to George. Carter pulls it in. The Magic have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the first one at the line is good for the... Bamba against Ibaka. Back to Fultz. Passes to Ross. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Kennard's shot is off. And here's Isaac. He'll bring it up for Orlando. Here's Ross. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Reggie Jackson. Well, here you sit, Smitty, at the broadcast table. Is there anything you notice about the game now that you didn't notice when you were playing?
Yes, Kevin. I mean, seriously, I did not know how much Kevin Harlan ate between games and during games. It is unreal. But before, the during, and after, you are a champ, Kevin, to be able to eat that much and to do your job.
Di bola, Umar.
Here's Schofield. Pass to Kennard. Steve, you look at the large companies being created right now by some NBA players like LeBron and Steph. Talk about the example that sets for kids who look up to these guys.
You know, Kevin, I think it's a great example. Reason why they are showing the next generation of kids that's taking basketball serious, that they're more than just a basketball player. They are prepping for life after the game is over, but able to do it while they're playing.
Bacon's shot is off. LA's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. big time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a county win for the Clippers.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And this will push their record to 39 wins and a good effort tonight.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Mr. Perfect.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
The Magic have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Now here's Carter Williams. He's guarded closely. Ross trying to break loose. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Nice play there from Terrence Ross to create something on the trip and earn his way to the line.
That free throw good from Ross. And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Sambil nonton netnya kalau di spot.
Schofield passes to Batum. Count it.
Sambil nonton net.
Competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called
Apa, jarak di
killer
grup tadi kan
instinct.
mana, Iko?
It's one thing
Ganti
to be
kah?
close at the end. It's another
Iya.
to finish.
Here's Carter Williams. And he banks in the lane.
The ball handling skills of
Ganti,
MCW
kenapa kesini?
has that long dribble where he can take you
Ah, jadi
either
ngapa?
direction.
Mulai kalau Wong Solo lawan Warung Ping itu bobor ngapa itu.
Outside Rondo.
Yang gue nak duit.
Pass to Schofield. Kicks to Rondo. Here's Schofield.
Kada larang Jepung. Jepung dulu.
So it's Los Angeles winning this
Nomor
one.
9.
This
Nah,
game may not have been the most exciting
Berasa,
we've ever
eh.
seen, but we have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciate
Tapi pindah kada unjet-unjet itu.
stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge,
Banyak
this is
akannya
Kevin
50
Harlan
orang,
thanking
kan?
you for tuning in. See you next time.
Kode desa.
Mana Jogo?
Ping.
Mike Wang joined us last week
Yeah,
to
my
talk
favorite.
your My Player builds. We were talking about the offensive My Players, and this week he's back to talk some defensive My Players.
And if you submitted one of your builds over social, keep watching because we are highlighting one of your My Player builds. Take a look. We are back with Mike Wang. Welcome back to the show. Last week we talked about my offensive build. Now we're going to focus on
Senior career
defense.
playing BA, what
Mike,
position do
I
you
want a
usually?
defensive build because, you know, I want to
Mike,
play big this year. I'm usually on the
Kali
perimeter,
biasanya.
but now I want to be an interior presence. I want to snatch some souls. I want to block some shots, and I want to make sure I hold it down for my teammates in the paint.
Yan, 100
Great
dapat.
choice. I never knew you were a defensive-minded player. Last time we played in real life, you were a scoring machine. So
That's true. That's true. I try.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Kita berapa jam?
Now it's ended out.
Hey, Kevin. Last season.
Lagi
There
pengen
is a
kali
lot of
streaming
character on that team. David, thank you. And the Clippers
disuruh
starting
ya
five.
kita main.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris.
Ada
Then
apa?
there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul
Aduh,
George. And it's Schofield in at the point guard position. And for the
24 jam
Pelicans,
gua.
Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Then it's Ball. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2 spot. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very
Oh
much when you
astaga,
played?
marga anu anjing.
You know,
Udah sakit
we were
berkacamata
always aware of
saja
it.
kita
You know,
lihat
a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember
di
earlier when we
Bandung.
were playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about
Hah?
home court and having that in come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware.
Berkacamata lu Bandung jadi itu berkacamata
Goals
kita
are
bisa
set,
sakit
but
kali.
I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue.
Well, you can't
Nah.
let ball get this deep. I mean, once he's this close to the rim, that
Kamu
far
makan mana,
inside,
Coba.
he's ready for the throwdown.
Anu Bandung.
Here's Schofield. He had 19 points in the win against Orlando.
Bagus
Bandung
banget
kan
kan.
habis.
His passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates. They just couldn't figure out how to defend it.
He does not
Dang.
lack for confidence. and
Yang sebelah
he
yang
should.
bagus.
I mean, this
Yang
guy's
halus
a
no
dangerous
sebelah dia.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Adams finds Ingram. Knocked loose, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession.
Wah, sakit mataku coy teh anu. Sanu karano.
Corner shot. That shot is no
Abang.
good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Pass
Apa?
to Schofield. And that one is stuffed right through.
No,
Taking matters
mata sakit
into
pak
his
sanu
own
karano
hands.
batetes mata
We
rene.
didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the
Baca juga
tone
tadi.
for the rest
Soalnya
of the
lain-lain
team.
juga.
Here's
Install lawan
Williamson
anu tuh.
after the Clippers pick up 2.
Pas sebutingnya ya.
By Alexander Walker, no good.
Rais
Rosto.
apa ya?
And it's in.
Batetes
Rosto.
mata.
Bounce off the right side.
Rosto.
One miss in
Nah,
the first 5
nyalain lain
attempts
tuh.
clearly
Kedua
failed.
tuh.
They could use a big shot here to get
Kalau
this.
dasar lain iritasi kan apa itu yuk biasanya
Right
tuh.
now, they need a basket.
Debu aja.
Here's Ball.
Ah,
Kayaknya
He's
tetap
hit again. And the rejection by Cousins.
baca sebelum melukar
I
tuh.
love when Cousins uses his reach and strength.
mau pintar baca dulu kan saya kan tokar dulu anjir baca.
And creating a little separation here.
Arah kayak dah ambil kira sama. Beda merek aja kayak itu nah.
Sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Williamson.
Enggak tidak mau buat punya segini saja.
And the Clippers another fast break opportunity here.
Sakit kepala kan
Schofield
kan sama.
off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Outside Ball.
Apa gimana?
The run
Teman dah,
and
beda
foul
PH
on
bang.
the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, you look at Ball's size and speed and confidence, very impressive. Exciting
Pak
prospect.
Abang benar.
Who I think has
Bener. Nah, coba cek lagi Ano kok. Coba ikam cek lagi di Ano
Johnson
YouTube.
is checked in for New Orleans. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for
Apa itu?
Cousins.
Dia tak minta double pulang tuh dia keluar itu.
Clippers leading by
Ayo
6.
dimati. Mau mencet aja satu.
Kenapa
kali.
dimati?
Here's Schofield.
Cek.
He's got 6.
Kada mencet. Di chat.
A 3 from Leonard.
Cat lab.
His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the 3 ball? Didn't have
Ditulis tolong ini sensor lah.
love seeing how
Sensor.
he's improved as a shooter with the
Mau dicari
outside
FBA
jump.
ke rumah kan
Johnson
dari
finds
Kominfo.
Ingram. Back to Johnson.
Kunci Inggris nggak pak?
Leonard against Williamson. 6 on the shot clock.
Orang. Ini ada yang menonton.
Here's Alexander Walker.
Delete pesan orang kawa.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him
Yang
and
toxic
really
atau
try to
apa
keep
itu.
him out of his comfort zone.
Iya.
So good with the triple. Pelicans trail by 9.
Amun anu nih kisahnya apa? Ampun yang biru kan.
And it's sent back
Moderator.
by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's
Manla.
excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in
Admin
the
lah jangan
stance,
nata.
so he can come up with rejections and deflection.
Iya. Ya tadi jangan di Facebook kamu tuh banyak view-nya.
He's averaging around 5.5
Ya lawan
points a
kau di
game.
share.
Tipped away.
Jangan menjadi ke Facebook dulu.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And you know, nothing like getting an
Caranya
opponent
kenapa?
on the ropes early. You love that. If you're on that side of the
Gaming ko lang.
scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles.
Nambah sudah aku mau.
Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. And the Pelicans miss again.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Shots good by Ibaka.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been
Besok
able
malam
to
minggu
get
lah.
these
Baik
good
bang di
looks.
Facebook mau besok nih.
Pass to Claxton. He kicks it to Ingram. Will it go? And the
Facebook
call
tuh
on the
yang
shot
kawan-kawan
sends him
kita
to
tuh
the
kan ada
line.
notifnya lah ya.
The know-how that Ingram has. I mean, well aware that the defense is
Biasa
going to
ada
act.
pang sekawan gue.
Kayaknya coy.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring
Kenapa?
breakdown for the Pelicans.
Ada bebuan
We
Habib
got a
macam.
storyline here. If it goes on for the rest of the game, it could be
Lah
all
apa
those points
hubungannya?
getting
Ikam
up the
sudah
foul line.
ikam pada menjable juga.
Something I like
Ikam
about them
parajak
so
yang
far,
bertolol-tolol
they're throwing
terus.
their bodies around in the paint and the
Amun saya kira nonton
is
tuh apa?
taking its toll.
You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players?
Ini tambus lah ke DC anu. Kayak apa? Tambus lah ke lab anu.
No
Hah?
doubt, there's several guys in today's game.
Ini tambus lah ke lab suara DC
Has the
ini.
polish, and I know he's had some thoughts
Barat
maybe
gimana?
going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact.
Bunga kini ini
There's
main
several guys again who not only
Mortal
have the
Kombat.
voice but the courage to speak out
Mortal
about things that
Kombat.
matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Taking a look at Los Angeles.
Oh,
We've got
goblok
Luke Kennard.
orang ya.
DeMarcus Cousins out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Mr.
Gak ada main
And
Mortal Kombat
George
tapi
gets
sambil
it.
mendesak kalau
Let's
kalau
go now to the sideline and catch up with David
Gimana
Aldridge.
Facebook ah?
Hi, Kevin. Well, Mr.
Di YouTube
Perfect in the
ini
last
ini.
outing against the Magic
Ini
was
di YouTube
terrific.
juga lab. Kada tahu
He
kok
had
kada bisa
19
nonton
points,
anime tuh.
and he did a great job of letting the game
Lelah
come
malam
to
kalau
him,
nonton di
connecting on
Bangkok.
a number of his shots. He put up
Jangan
great
tahu kalau-
numbers and a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone
tuh
wanted to miss.
ditolol.
You'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
David
Ano
in
kada
stretches, he
gana.
was absolutely
Kawanan
down.
buhan Okto.
Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention
Allah, benar
that
sih.
it opens up opportunities for others.
And gotta like what they've been
Very
doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work
Ikan
inside.
mosnya
Their
pernah, kada
rebounding
dapat
has been
lagi ke
excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Coming off a big game, his
Eh,
confidence couldn't
Mas
be higher.
bobohan
Showing
anu
no
apa
signs of slowing or cooling
gaming
down.
nang di
Ride him as far as he can take.
PC itu kan anunya keyboardnya kan download desktop loh wak.
Two for him.
Banyak.
Johnson, he's checked in for Steven Adams.
Anuan keyboardnya
Simmons is checked in for the Clippers.
Setting
Kawhi
aja,
Leonard comes in for
aturan,
Luke Kennard.
aktivitas mosnya dibuat kada.
Johnson surveying the
iyalah
floor.
ada nang mana lon aplikasi anunya dulu taruh anu apa supaya tembakannya benar bagus.
Alexander Walker.
Itu kada
Orleans
tepak
moving
kayak pakai
around.
script ki.
Out to the wing. Picked his pocket.
Ke script ternyata
Goes
ya
up.
tinggal.
Oh nggak kita pakai
Morris throws it down.
anu aja apa itu yang di Ranger mau mentes main di anu mana
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
mencoba di mana yuk kada cocok anunya tuh anu keyboardnya lawan yang biasa dikenal scriptnya.
To come up with a different approach defensively.
Apa yang ke script kada ada orang. Streaming apa lagi
And
yang
the Pelicans
main
with
tembakan
possession
tuh.
here. They trail by 9 points.
Tonton
And
orang.
following this game, they'll challenge the
Mbak,
Grizzlies on the road at the
udah
FedEx
pak
Forum in
kayaknya
Memphis. That'll be just
jadi
one game
lain
played
dulu
away
settingan
from
HP
home.
lawan yang di anu
Here's
tuh.
Williamson, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up.
HP
Officials
apanya?
on the call with the foul.
Iya, main di HP lawan main di anu kan lain juga loh, lain di PC.
Lah, nyata lain.
Man, I tell you what, Kevin, I'm not sure. I've always
Nah,
been a
makanya itu.
proponent of the season being
Nya main game HP tapi di PC gitu kah?
Itu loh.
Wah itu pakai emulator ngarannya itu ada menyeting ubah anunya aja. Ubah posisi anunya, mau posisi picikannya. Kan kalau di HP dipencet, kalau di PC kan pakai keyboardnya pencetan tembak diganti ke huruf A ke ganti itunya bener ya. Oh script tuh kayak tembakan tinggal picik aja klik kiri mouse atap lurusnya ada perlu ditarik ke bawah mouse tuh udah paham kan Free Fire Bang Leo tuh ayo
Bang, tap.
itu kenyataan Inya tembakan tuh coy bilanya kita tembak soalnya naik ke atas gitu kalau tembakan tuh nah itu ngarannya koil game-game di PC itu beretaan jadi tembakan tuh bila kita klik aja mouse tuh atas tembakan tuh
Ya sudah ke atas bang.
karena caranya sambil menembak sambil ditarik mouse tuh ke bawah. Nah itunya yang ditarik makanya orang tembakan lurus tuh tarikannya itu nyarat buat super nair atau makanya lurus spray downnya ikam kan lo tap aja lo di HP game kalau PUBG Mobile nya kan itu harus ditarik makanya dua tangan buting menembak sebuting menarik harus dua jari. Gue cari live streamer tuh dan cam kan orang yang tangannya aja kelihatan bang lo biasanya tangannya kelihatan menembak tuh tarik ke bawah punya pemain-pemain PUBG Mobile tuh gilanya bakas main PUBG harap-harap pas di PC paham dah tarikan nyata musuhnya nyaman dulu ya lo nyaman pada yang dia
Di mobile.
gerakannya kalau di PC lebih lincah
Tapi aman mulai PC bang ke mobile.
ya nang mulai PC ke mobile tuh nah Om dari mobile ke PC bingung.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. And then there's Steven Adams. Then it's Ball. And it's Alexander Walker. In at the 2-guard spot. That's the Pelicans 5. Over in the corner, Cousins took the opportunity when he saw it. Cousins has got his second basket.
Tell you what, Cousins knows he's got the green light to take these quick catch and shoot shots, and he's confident in doing so.
Kayaknya seminggu, sebulan lah dilawasakan.
Left side, Ball. It's Ingram on the
Jadi
wing. Knocked away. Fast break, here we go. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Ball feeling it out a bit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Outside for George. 4 on the shot clock.
Malah kada
And the rebound
masuk.
goes to the Pelicans.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
He shot well from the line tonight, going 4 for 5.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage
Rangurin
from
berapa
last
ini?
year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher, so you've got to like
Bisa
that
bulik
progress.
coy nah.
Siapa?
Fahmi bisa malam nih buliknya.
Greg, if you're a small market
Buliknya sini.
how do you convince stars that you've drafted and
Di
developed
rumah tuh orang
to
tuh.
stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to lose.
Solid blueprint. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. And it's Adams on the follow.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Pelicans trail by 9. Master Williamson shoots over Batum. There's Adams, and there's 2. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Adams has got 4 points this quarter. Los Angeles has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Batum, that shot is off. Good D by Williamson. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Just 5 on the clock. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Baca comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson.
Apa itu?
No!
Yeah, leaving nothing to chance there. Ibaka goes up strong and finishes with a little attitude.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field.
NBA ini rame coy, streamingnya pagi.
A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Ingram's got 12.
And that's just a great
bola subuh kalau
right through the teeth of the defense.
Perbedaan waktunya tuh nah.
Beverly wide open, and again Los Angeles with the triple.
And Beverly is very consistent from outside, solid and hitting the 3 ball when given the opportunity to shoot it.
Model aman bola ya masuk ke bagian Liga Amerika.
Iya, Amerika Latin. Amerika ya juga, bukan anu dulu ya kalau yang hanya Rela Galaxy. Hanya ada Beckham dulu Rela Galaxy ya. Pagi main.
Masuk ke Amerika. Jam 12.
Naik.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
6 to shoot.
Footballnya dia Rizky. Ada football Amerikanya.
Itu bang, 2 tuh bang.
And leaping ability, Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor.
Hanya main bolanya di sininya ya. Dunia nang pakai nama soccer. Yang lain football berarti. Karena ini bisa seorang football kesana.
There's the steal.
New
Orleans pushing it up now. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the
Major League Soccer.
Really a careless pass. He got away with one there.
1:16 left to play in the third. Ball finds Hernan Gomez. From the top of the key, he clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. 2:04 left to play here in the third. Left side of Bucket.
Kosong. Ya Allah.
No good that time. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Ingram wide open. A three-pointer is right on target. And now it's only a 5-point Los Angeles lead. Clippers have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Pass to Leonard. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does. Yep, it counts.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
The Pelicans have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Gomez with the ball. The shot from the low post is good. 14 points for him.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Clippers leading by 5. There's the pass to Beverly. Here's Schofield. 27 points for him. From deep three-point range, and another three for the Clippers.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Clippers lead by 8. And fourth quarter. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a two guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Bucket is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Schofield in at the point. Off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. Los Angeles making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. Here's Williamson. Passes it to Ingram. Now, here's Ball. Lets it go with a 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Cousins has got 5 rebounds tonight.
A very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Pelicans trail by 12. Now Ingram. Williamson left side. Here's Ball. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And we've documented it. Ball has a hitch in his giddy-up on that shot. But it works. I mean, it's all about release and follow-through and confidence and repetition. And if he has room, he'll make you pay.
That shot wide open. Leonard's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Puts one up from 19, and again the Clippers good for 2. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Clippers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Here's Leonard.
Masih nonton
And he
gak,
makes
Cak?
the bucket, gets the whistle.
Nah,
Now a
nonton
three-point
apa?
play chance
Nggak
here for
pada
him.
jelas suaranya kan.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
James Johnson's checked in for New Orleans.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Here's Ingram.
Narik
That's
fronteranya
good. He's
kedengaran
5
lah
for
tadi ya.
9. A tough first. But it's been a different story here since the break.
Here's the Clippers. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Schofield passes to Leonard. Down low. Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Leonard against Ingram. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Apa yang
Outside ball. Kicks it to Adams.
biasanya solo.
Ingram outside.
Block.
It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day
Wah,
you
emang
expect in
harus
terms
nah.
of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back
Pasang
into
dari
this
guring
game.
man.
Here's Schofield. Hands it from downtown.
Pasang dari guring man.
14 points now in the second half.
Ada juga.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Nice game. Great performance from Mr. Perfect.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
Let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Mr. Perfect.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Back to ball.
Aduh.
And ball slams it in.
Dia ngambil
Hard not to expect excellent decision making. I mean, Ball enjoys exploiting the defense, especially in the pick and roll.
And Ball comes to help. The feed to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Pass to Johnson. And here is Ingram. From outside the arc, that one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. Ingram's got 7 now in this quarter.
How do you like this? A sleepy-eyed assassin. Ingram looks like he could score in his sleep.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're in front by 16.
Oh, cek. Diam.
1:37 left in the fourth quarter.
Guring.
Nikmati keropok.
1:37 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Ingram comes with the double team. Johnson with the block. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Los Angeles.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
And just bulldozing their way through this season series. The victory here tonight will make it 3-0 for the year, with one left to be played against the Pelicans.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Mr. Perfect.
Well, you have to marvel at how well he picked apart that defense repeatedly. found the right guy in the right spot at the right time.
Ball, the pass to Adams. Back to Ball. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. Huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Ingram against Leonard, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
Spotting up and knocking it down. Ingram with the sweet touch.
And Ball comes to help. To the paint, a reverse, and another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Pass to Alexander Walker. This one for three. A shot off that time. George passes to Schofield. Back to George. Here's Schofield. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy.
Aduh, hanya jam 10.
They didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Apa anak sorgi dulu kah?
Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David
Kan lihat apa ini mana berapa menit tadi jam berapa? Jam 9.17. Jam 10 dah. Apa nih mencetnya jam 9.17 tadi dah mencet.
Kembali lagi lah.
Aku balas itu loh.
Yang ada balas lagi.
Yang ada datang.
Anak pada udah ikam kah?
Iya. Jurung jauhin apa? Jurung.
Biasa itu cok.
Jaman.
Berapa?
Orang hafal so alaman keputingannya itu kayak apa? Ada di dalam tuh beban di dalam tuh apa? Jakanya bebuhan kita aja nah hafal tuh nah kada apa lo. Modelnya tuh paham aja. Ini segala di dalam tuh orang hafal dan ya. Berarti modelnya lain rahasia umum gitu nih.
But in terms of that defensive build,
like
going big, what's a build that can focus on rebounding and interior defense as opposed to maybe perimeter?
Yeah, well, I think for you, I think it's two things. It's the glass cleaning aspect as well as the defensive anchor aspect. So Gen 4, first place you're going to start is with the pie charts. Pick a pie chart that has a lot of red in it. Gen 5, you have a lot more options. You can basically set all your caps to where you want them to be. So for Gen 5, boost your offense and rebounding, boost your block rating for sure.
Ada yang menyambet loh, lambat
and
ya.
your interior defense is going to be important as well.
And which takeovers best suit this build?
You know, I always see all these top plays on 2K TV
Yang
with
salah
these
itu
snatch
nah,
blocks. That's what I want, Mike. I
Ada
want
lambat
these
lagi.
highlights. I want to snatch some blocks. I want to take some souls out there.
So rebounds and blocks,
Ada
for
lagi
Gen
nih.
4, you definitely want to go with
A sprawling metropolis of Dallas,
Aku nih
Texas
perasa
is
kok
on
lambat
display
ya.
tonight, as seen from above.
Beneran masuk gala ya
We welcome
pendengar.
you to Noche and beyond here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys.
Lebih lambat lagi ya,
TJ,
Allah.
take it away.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed,
Betul
something
betul.
special, David. Thanks. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you
Aduh,
depth
depan
past
lagi
your
dia.
top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big ticket
Geser
items,
lambat apa
franchise
itu namanya?
caliber players. But you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
PS. Nah, mantap. Cek 1 2 3 tes 1.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Mr. Perfect. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Cousins in at the 5 down low. And for the Mavericks,
ada kulit pisang coy, tendang ser.
And it's Hardaway in at the small forward.
Tendang ser ke gelek.
A great hustle play there, energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Here's Burke. No good on the quick 3. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Nobody near George. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Now, Paul George is a phenomenal catch and shoot guy. Measures the shot before
Kakak
receiving
ada
the
anu
pass.
kulihat
It's
ya,
hard to
anu
guard.
hitam, left hitam, terjatuh terlalu satu bunyi.
Apa tergabung?
Dan bapa, jauh banget dia aja kan yang 2 detik ya, ada apa? Ini ada yang sampai 10 detik kan kayaknya tuh, kurang lebih.
Itu streaming lambat. Kan di delay dalam 10 detik tuh yang memproses. Awang langsung. Apalagi kayak turnamen tuh ada satu delaynya pasti. Nah, sampai yang setengah jam.
Oh ini lab hitam bang lab. Tancap tuh yang lab anu tuh turnamen tuh kan lab legend bilangnya populer anu nih tuh nonton sambil DC nih. Kada anu, kada delay.
Gitu kan sama-sama nontonnya delaynya. Karena Ikam kada di Discord yang live streaming, kalau Ikam di Discord yang
Discord live streaming, cuman kan suaranya kada nang ini tadi kata masuk ke
maksudnya lain nang live streaming tuh Discord Ikam lain Discord sama-sama nonton.
Ya itu tadi ini kan ampun Ikam anunya live-nya ya lah.
Ajak-ajak kita nonton live lain modelnya.
BDC.
Ada delay. Kita berdua sama-sama delay. Kalau di Discord kan sekian aja ada sampai paling sedetik dilosakan delay.
Jadi yang bedanya untuk udah turnamen apa tuh bedanya anak.
Ya kan itu juga.
DC aja jurang mana anu di chat dia aja orang kada anu juga apa nih
fokus
ngalih jurang bahapa kan kada fokusnya jurang bet nang ini jurang sambil nonton sambil anu awal aja jurang bahapa langsung gitu.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Great instincts coming to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Brunson's checked in, and Dallas calls their first time out of the game, fresh from a win against Portland.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
Schofield passes to Cousins. Leonard, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Doncic kicks to Kleba. Here's Brunson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Schofield passes to George. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Akon lagi menjaga
George has got
akun.
5 now.
Huruf menjaga. Tadi
menelpon.
Dansar belek. Dansar tuh nah.
Ngapain ya Dansar?
Belek kok ujet.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Jaka di bola, jadi kolongi modal ini dah. Jaga orang tuh sawata Dansar. Di bola tuh ya di kolong orang. Terpulang.
Menelpon ya Alpinya. Beneran anak kesini sekalinya.
Tapi kena.
Ini kemarin nah jam 22:13. Handset sudah di telinga.
Cekakan relawan. Ada. Kalau jurang Sopi kan mesan ada aja. Ya Allah, udah mati kuda kaji cepak sorongan.
Mbak sudah dapat hanya karena minta akan pendapat ya Allah.
Review kan,
pilih berapa biji dulu nang seorang kehendaki ya Allah, nang seorang takdir lah. Mereview dasar nyaman pakai anu nih juga, pakai DC kapan sampai mama milih juga.
Banyak
nyaman DC juga sebenarnya.
Iya cuma kan.
Mbak udah banyak tukar berjauhan lokasi ini.
Wah aja di rumah.
Paham kok nih maksud tuh.
Malam tuh.
Can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
They've got Trey Burke. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Brunson in at the point guard. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. We've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Mr. Perfect in the last outing against the Pelicans got the job done. He had 35 points and seemed to pick apart the defense all night with a ton of assists. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. You know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. It's going to be interesting to see how he follows up that performance.
Yeah, he was the driving force behind that victory, but each night comes with different challenges.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment. He is always ready with a counter.
Yeah, easy call.
Greg in New York, you obviously a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that?
Nyata dah nukoy ng 5 dah nih Bang.
It starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you gotta give this new front office, this new team, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But the title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
Macok, gerewek.
Passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Nak.
Litas.
Morris against Doncic.
Gerewek.
200 kali 5 1.000.
Gresek-greseknya napa? Nah, para kipas angin kan apakah? Nah, hilang am suaranya am. Robot am. Robot.
HP-nya jauh kalau ke bawah.
Berarti bluetooth-nya nih.
tough quarter for this guy, just
Ada
struggling to
sampai.
make shots right now.
Here's Leonard. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Mau datang mana jadi contoh?
Offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're
Mana?
finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Ini gue udah pecah kena kita belanja.
A shot by Kleba, wide open. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Orang
Doncic
pantau
has
Rino
got
tak?
6 assists in the game.
Tahu biasa Nano apa nekamnya belanja ada upner situ.
Here's Schofield. He's got 23 and a can loss hand.
Jangan bekarok.
Kemarin tuh nah menyerongan. Ini kan kondom muara tuh.
Andak ya, nggak betul pun kami.
And there's the call on Mr. Perfect.
Ada juga, beda spotnya.
JJ Redick's checked in for Dallas. Zubac is
Tapi
checked
apa
in for
pulang
the
penyakit aja, aku dibawanya sini nih. Anjir.
Doncic passes to Porzingis.
Tadi daeng ada ya, anu ya penggawe di Facebook.
Shot clock at 5. Yep, that one goes in there.
Able to finish on the drive.
Semalam rame PM muncul lasong.
Happy to take it.
Allah.
Here's Schofield. Brunson covering from deep. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Leonard with the steal. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That
Satu
makes
juga
it
dah,
even
harus
more
aja.
painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with
Dua benar.
Doncic finds Brunson.
Tapi 1,5 ini halus.
Kleba, the pass to Doncic. Terrific.
Padahal dulu 1,5 aku bisa gimana? Kayak jam apa ini?
You cannot let Doncic get established on the interior. This guy feels very comfortable wherever he is on the floor.
Los Angeles on top, running away with this one. And will return short.
Kayaknya. Bukannya tutup.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through.
His penetration was a real problem for them. And then, of course, the monster finishes at the cup.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Marcus Morris.
Foto-fotonya mana?
Mr. Perfect out there with Paul George. Then there's Marcus Cousins. And it's Leonard in a free spot. Just 2 to shoot.
Apa yang esok dia anu jauh lah.
Porzingis puts up a
Ada di 27-nya jadi tinggi lah. 26-27 pada lah. 27-nya aja kayak yang kena.
Here's Schofield, guarded by Doncic. He just powered that one down. One of the game's top dunkers.
Inilah.
Dallas has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
Kasihnya.
High, arcing shot, and the layup is up and in. Doncic has got 14 points in the game.
Ukirin mo dahil nung mga udah wawan game ya. Kami sa baparos.
He's making it hard on the defense.
Takes the 3.
Baru masuk.
Shot by Schofield, no good.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Ayun. Nahapi naman. Yun ang nakatanga.
By George. And it's sent back by George. Nobody near Leonard. Drains the three-pointer. 9 points in the game so far.
This guy loves to help his team space the floor. You have to respect Kawhi's range. He will make you pay.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Piringan pun miring.
Rise, David. Thank you so much.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Schofield passes to Beverly. No good on the three.
And they had some large coverage that turned into full coverage.
On the lane, no good.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to control traffic. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who's not the most wanted prospect in either high school or college, but boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Doncic outside. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And we were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning, no lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the
Bagi sisi sekali deh.
first to practice, last to lead. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the
Jarak
desire
dulu
to
banget.
put in the time to be great.
Ada
There's a
pesan, ya.
price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific.
Doncic outside.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right,
Kamu apa ya?
he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
They've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
A three-pointer off the mark.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Cauley Stein dishes to Doncic.
Stop.
To the middle. Here's Marjanovic. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 8th assist here tonight.
What a pass by Luka Doncic. He's got tremendous size, and obviously they want the ball in his hands.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Good job.
And here are the Mavericks now. Dallas has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Passes it to Cauley Stein.
Go.
There's 1:26 left in the third quarter. Doncic outside. He's all alone. Here's Schofield. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed.
Hey.
Both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And there's the call, Mr. Perfect. That's his third foul of the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks.
Lewat banyak
It comes in
yang
for
lewat.
Brunson.
Ada jangan malam tuh.
And for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for
Apa?
Cousins.
Oi,
Batum comes in for Leonard. And it's Luke Kennard in for
anu habis baterai. Mana yang tenang halus bagus.
Scanning the floor. A three-pointer, no good. Here's the Clippers. They're on an 18-6 run. Here's Schofield. Zubac trying to break loose. Schofield gets the bucket. Schofield's got 48.
The defense not putting up
Oh mana ini baterainya tadi tuh kada tercucuk lampunya bungo.
in the paint.
Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Marjanovic with it. Zubac defending. Hardaway from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. And that will be game 3 of 6 played away from home. Here's Schofield. Brunson covering. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And the layup's good off the glass. Brunson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Here's Schofield. Got it up. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. Their defense has been active and... And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect
gamat. Suara
We
itu mungkin
call
gamat.
that put
Belum nyala.
Is going with the whole new group out there.
Belum
Doris, we
Becker
saw the
kayaknya nih.
All-Star game playing to a target score down
Yo.
the stretch. And some think in years to come, the NBA may adopt it for the overtime periods. What do you think?
Gamat,
I'll tell you
gamat.
this, Kevin. That All-Star game,
Kayak
I was
dinyating lah.
absolutely riveted to my television. The
Kayak ini,
action
Bang.
was compelling.
Kurang
The
ya, rasa
defense
kok
was
masih.
compelling. I can't say I've ever experienced that in an
Benset habis
All-Star
baterai
game.
keduanya.
I think it's something you have to take a hard look at.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just
Belum
kept
nyepul lah.
after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
Medianya bener ya,
And this will
ada
make it
kepulakan
21
kan.
victories for them
Kalau
on the year.
media mempulangkan kesan suara aku bepander.
They take the first
Telepon
two,
kesan
and
income
certainly
itu harus
they've had the edge in this matchup.
Ada.
And you know, looking back at all the
Medianya kesan
contributions
lain
tonight,
lain
it was
suara.
a really phenomenal all-around
Yeah.
game for Mr. Perfect.
This guy has been shot making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
We've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Cauley Stein in at center. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Oh, he throws it down with such ease. That rim might as well be 8 feet off the ground.
Here's Schofield. He kicks it to Cousins. Fires for 3. He got it again. Sensational. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
Kok,
Makanya Mbak, ya kok. Kebacang kapan ya?
tuh Cok,
Udah tadi juga. Woi,
bahasa Bugis.
masa Bugis mah tekam udah ada Bugis nih kalau.
Oh, bahasa